Start stamping your feet. Start clapping your hands. Start cheering. Hello, the stage, Longhu!
Ni hao, bitches. How the fuck are we tonight? Are we good? Are we alive? Are we questioning our sexuality? And by that, I mean the gay men in the audience thinking maybe it's not too late to try fanny. Yes, I'm not a Eurovision Song Contest competitor that forgot to go home. I am a gay. And my safe word is, I'm coming. So, of course, as a gay man, I've done all of the stereotypical gay jobs. I've been a waiter. Yes, master. Yeah. I've worked in Her Majesty's Royal Navy, submarine service, big black tube full of seamen. How could I resist? I've been a support worker, wiping asses on a Saturday night. Same thing I do every Saturday night. Well, it is only polite to clean him off after you leave him looking like a plasterer's radio. Oh, yeah, we're not all happy. And I've been a bouncer. Now, fair enough, bouncer is not the most stereotypical gay job in the world, but I was very good at disappointing women. Well, you see, they would flirt with me to try and get into whichever pub or club I was protecting. You right, darling, you fancy a shag? Yeah, not so much barking up the wrong tree, but barking in the wrong fucking orchard. And as you can tell from that perfect impression, I was a bouncer in Glasgow. Yes. An Englishman telling Scottish people they couldn't drink alcohol. And I still got headbutted less than my most recent job. I was a kindergarten teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher in China because they thought this would be suitable for a classroom. Now, I moved over and realised quite quickly I'm a 6'2" homosexual with self-esteem. I am fucking terrifying! I need to give myself a nice, friendly Chinese name. So I found out my date of birth and I gave my name, Dragon Tiger, Longhu. But when you tell a Chinese person your name is Longhu, you get this reaction. So I translated the names of the kids in my class. I was teaching a kid called Drizzle. Yep, Xiao Yu, genuine Chinese name. But it gets worse, though, when Chinese parents give their children English names. Because they panic. They open up a picture book, they headbutt a page, and wherever they leave a snot mark, that is the child's new English name. I let this happen once and once only. Because in that year, I was teaching a girl called Lemon. Yep, a boy called Lucy, who's going to grow up having problems. And a boy called Handsome. Now, remind you, 6'2", homosexual in a kindergarten, and I had to greet this child every day by saying, "Good morning, handsome. Drink some water, handsome. And swallow before you speak, handsome." Fuck. So whilst I was over in China, something magical happened. I met a man. And I got married to that man. Which means all the straights in the audience can now unclench their sphincters. They are protected. Yeah, I married that man and I realised I made a terrible mistake. You see, my husband is from a part of the world called Sichuan province. And in Sichuan province, they like spicy food. I grew up in Norfolk and find mayonnaise spicy. It was very difficult being romantic in China when you've got snot dribbling down your face and you're crying like a 7-year-old girl. So I thought, fine, I've had enough. This year, I brought my husband to the UK. He arrived last month. He is not impressed. But I thought, no, we'll do it for Team GB. We're going to bring it out. I took him to a magical place. I took him to Lidl. I didn't tell him what the fuck Lidl was. I just said, if you want to get a jar of Humdebur, you go to Lidl. If you want a tin of Flubdebur, you go to Lidl. We get into Lidl, we get to the middle aisle, and then I stop him and said, right, there's something very weird going on in this supermarket. Because you can get these foods, but you can also get an electric chainsaw. He thought it was fucking hilarious. But he's not so good in Tesco's because he keeps checking prices. We were in a Tesco so long that he managed to get me a parking ticket. Do you know how long you have to be in a Tesco's to get a parking ticket? But what I occasionally do is when he starts getting anal with prices, I run off. I find the most expensive thing, hide it in the shopping basket, and hope he doesn't notice. He got very upset with me. He got upset, we had an argument, so I went, right, fine. I am going to get revenge. I made my husband use a self-service checkout machine. For the first ever time. Now, my husband is very calm. He's the kind of guy that's like, the taxi is going to be here in 10 minutes. You haven't even packed a suitcase. Oh, it's fine. The Airbnb wanted us out yesterday. Oh, it's fine. The aeroplane is crashing. Oh, it's fine. But watching my calm Chinese husband shout, I know it's not in the fucking bagging area, was a glorious thing to see. Now, sorry, unfortunately, I have a very short period of time. I would love to talk to you some more, but I do have to give the mic back. But if you want to follow me on Instagram and not down a dark alleyway. And remember, my safe word is I'm coming.
Longhu!